I'm 92 years old. My name is Robert Mitchell, and it took me 37 years to understand why my wife walked out the door on Valentine's Day, 1987. I remember that morning like it happened last week. I woke up early, like I always did. The house was quiet. I made coffee, read the paper at the kitchen table, and figured Helen was still asleep. We'd been married 23 years by then. 23 years of what I thought was a good, solid life. I worked at the steel mill for 30 years, provided for our family, kept a roof over our heads. I didn't drink too much. I didn't run around. I came home every night. I thought that's what it meant to be a good husband. When I came home from work that evening, I expected to see her in the kitchen. Maybe she'd have made something special, even though I'd never been big on Valentine's Day. I always thought it was commercialized nonsense, something the card companies invented to take your money. I told her that more than once. But when I walked through that door, the house felt different. It felt empty in a way I couldn't explain. There was a note on the table, just one piece of paper folded in half. I can still see her handwriting. It said, "Robert, I can't do this anymore. I need to feel like I exist. I'm staying with my sister. Don't come looking for me yet. I need time." That was it. No explanation, no warning. I stood there in my work boots, holding that note, and I couldn't make sense of it. I thought maybe she'd had some kind of breakdown. I thought maybe it was menopause or depression or something I could fix if she'd just talk to me. I called her sister's house that night. Helen answered, and her voice was calm. That's what scared me the most. She wasn't crying. She wasn't angry. She just sounded tired. I asked her what I'd done wrong. I asked her to come home so we could talk about it. She said, "Robert, that's the problem. You don't even know." Then she hung up. For weeks I went over everything in my mind. I tried to remember if I'd forgotten an anniversary or said something cruel. I couldn't think of anything. We didn't fight much. I gave her money for groceries and let her buy what she wanted for the house. I never told her she couldn't visit her mother or her friends. I thought I was being reasonable. I thought I was being fair. She filed for divorce 3 months later. I signed the papers because I didn't know what else to do. Our 2 kids were grown by then. My son called me and said, "Dad, you really don't get it, do you?" I told him I didn't. He said, "Maybe that's the whole problem." And then he didn't call me again for almost a year. I spent the next 15 years alone in that house. I worked, I watched television, I kept things clean. I'd see Helen sometimes at family gatherings, and she was always polite, always kind. But there was a distance there I couldn't cross. She remarried eventually to a man named Frank who taught high school English. I hated him at first, not because he was a bad person, but because she smiled around him in a way I'd forgotten she could smile. It wasn't until I was about 77 that I started to understand. I'd had a small stroke, nothing major, but it left me weaker. I needed help sometimes, and my daughter Sarah started coming by every few days. One afternoon, she was helping me organize some old boxes in the attic, and we found a stack of Valentine's cards. They were all from Helen, from different years. I didn't remember most of them. She must have bought them, signed them, left them on the table, and I must have glanced at them and thrown them away. But Sarah opened one, and inside Helen had written a long message. It said, "I know you think this holiday is silly, but I want you to know that I love you. I love the way you hum when you're fixing something. I love that you always check the doors before bed. I wish we talked more. I miss feeling like you see me. Happy Valentine's Day." I stared at that card and something cracked open inside me. Sarah was quiet for a moment, and then she said, "Dad, do you know how many times Mom tried to talk to you about things that mattered to her?" I told her I didn't know what she meant. She said, "Every time she'd start to tell you about her day, you'd turn up the TV or say you were tired. Every time she'd ask you what you were thinking, you'd say nothing and walk away. You weren't mean to her. You just weren't there." I wanted to argue with her, but I couldn't, because as she said it, I started remembering. I remembered Helen asking me if we could take a walk after dinner, and me saying I was too tired. I remembered her telling me about a book she'd read, and me nodding without hearing a word. I remembered her sitting next to me on the couch, and me not reaching for her hand because I was watching the game. I remembered her asking me if I was happy, and me saying, "I'm fine," and never asking her the same question. I thought love was about not doing the wrong things. I thought if I didn't cheat, didn't hit, didn't yell, then I was doing enough. But love isn't just about what you don't do. It's about what you do. It's about paying attention. It's about asking questions and actually listening to the answers. It's about making someone feel like they matter, like their thoughts and feelings and dreams are worth your time. Helen didn't leave me because I was cruel. She left me because I made her invisible. I was there every day, but I wasn't present. I shared a house with her, but I didn't share my life. And after 23 years of that, she finally decided she'd rather be alone than be lonely in a marriage. I called her a few years ago. I didn't ask her to forgive me because I know some things can't be undone. I just told her I finally understood. I told her I was sorry for all the ways I wasn't there. She was quiet for a long time, and then she said, "Thank you, Robert. I needed to hear that." We talked for an hour that day. It didn't fix anything, but it mattered. Frank passed away 2 years ago, and Helen and I talk on the phone sometimes now. We're not getting back together. That door closed a long time ago. But I think she knows I finally see what I couldn't see before. I wasted decades of her life because I didn't understand that being a husband is more than just showing up. It's about being awake. It's about making the person you love feel like they're not alone in the room with you. If you're married, or if you love someone, I want you to ask yourself something. When's the last time you really looked at them? When's the last time you asked them how they're doing and waited for the real answer? When's the last time you made them feel like they're the most important person in the room, even if it's just for 5 minutes? Don't make the mistake I made. Don't wait 37 years to realize that love is a verb. It's something you do every single day in small ways that don't feel important until they're gone. Helen deserved better than what I gave her. I know that now. I just wish I'd known it then.